Also, our baking assistant has decided to join us. There we go. Hey, Ducky, you gonna help? Are you why we're putting that plastic wrap on top so we don't end up with a loaf of bread full of cat hair? Yes, that's right. Apparently, she needed to be a little taller. That's a good place to be.
Declan just wants to make every dish in our house dirty.
I mean, mission accomplished.
It's so beautiful. What a beautiful kettle. Declan definitely didn't stab it.
No, I stabbed the last one. That one hasn't upset me yet.
Wow.
Give it time.
All right, so we're going to attempt to make this dead easy bread recipe that Greg posted. We'll see how it goes because yeast was pretty much impossible to find. So I have this here mystery yeast that Thrifty's had. Doesn't say whether it's instant or traditional. I'm thinking probably traditional, so we're going to try and do it that way.
We sift flour in, but really because it's us, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna activate that yeast. Apparently he doesn't call for sugar. That's actually salt in his video. Salt. I just assumed it was sugar because how the hell do you I mean, I guess you're using active yeast, I guess, and you just like don't put sugar in your bread at all. And also we're gonna activate our yeast on our own.
Maybe. I'm tempted to just put the yeast and the sugar in
No.
and see what happens. No? Okay.
And after that, this is supposed to sit for 10 minutes apparently. And while it does that, I am going to enjoy some of this delicious angel water tea, which I got from Silk Road the other day. Okay, be back in about 10.
I live my life the lazy way. We need 2 1/4, and here's a quarter. This is not very warm.
It's room temperature.
And I said warm. That's okay.
Alright, just go nuke it, I guess. Maybe don't use
I don't know if you can nuke it after you've got yeast in it.
Alternatively, just dunk it in a warmer bowl of water.
This is Declan's mad plan. I hope it doesn't break my Pyrex.
Pyrex better be fucking heat durable.
Oh, it is in Europe. In North America, however, it's not. And apparently the way that you can tell is American Pyrex is lowercase, whereas European Pyrex is uppercase.
Oh dear.
I went deep into the internet one afternoon, one evening, because I was worried about it. There are bubbles. Is there hope? Will it
Rise. Activate.
rise? Oh my god, guys.
It blooped once.
Twice. Alright, I'll admit, I was a naysayer. It's gotten a little bit of activation though. Declan thought he could pull the wool over my eyes and get me to use this one. But no! This is Declan's.
So, apparently that's what yeast looks like after 10 minutes. Okay, that's a thing that happened.
So we're gonna perch it here. Pretty close. Dump out a tiny bit.
Remember to measure from the meniscus.
We're measuring from the meniscus, Declan. Frick, we did too much.
I'm not sure my bowl is big enough, but we'll see.
Your bowl? Your bowl's fine. I like your bowl just the way it is, Declan. Oh, we've got some beautiful, beautiful sifted flour.
Okay, but look at mine. It's even more nicely sifted. Mainly because it hasn't had a chance to bunch up. You put a smiley face in it.
Yeah, but like one of those cheesy cat smiley faces. No, yours is just a pig nose.
Was she not being sarcastic?
What? No, no. Baking is actually like very much a science,
I mean,
especially things like
because
yeast.
there are measurements and shit.
Right. So people always say that cooking. So cooking is like something that you can be creative and flexible with. Baking, you're really supposed to stick to the recipe because like.
I have rarely seen you use a recipe when you're baking most of our things.
Okay, but that just because I don't use the recipe doesn't mean I don't have it memorized. You'll note. Shame me. You'll note that No, I'm not putting in more salt than that, Greg. That is a colossal amount of salt. No more.
We'll use it as a control. I'll do mine with the requisite amount and we'll see what happens.
Okay, here. Your turn to do your salt.
Right, when that's done, just pour it into the outside of that. How much salt am I putting in this?
A teaspoon and a half.
Yeah, I'll even put in a little bit more.
Ew.
Alright, good.
That's a lot of salt. Oh god. That's gonna be disgusting.
Once again, I play League of Legends. It's not that much to me.
Wow.
A science. Yep.
A science.
We're doing science.
We're doing science.
We're going to miss Saturn by so many trillions of miles. Alright, in we go.
Oh, you're just adding it all. Okay.
Was I not meant to?
I mean, you can, I guess.
You know how I am with instructions, and now I just work it in.
Now you just mix it.
Alright.
You just accept it as your new
This is...
overlord.
This feels like a nightmare. Cool.
Alright, you have fun doing that.
Nope, it's definitely sticky.
Yeah, it should be sticky. Bye. It's just...
Let's have a look at this, love.
Can't you see I'm doing my own thing, Declan?
Yeah,
We're
but give
yeast
me
watching.
the spotlight. No,
Do you
this
feel
is terrible.
spotlit?
No.
Ooh. Getting there, getting there.
Alright, look at my
You feeling shaggy?
failure. Yeah, baby.
Wow. Wow. I need you to open this again. Thank you.
You're welcome. Glad to see we're upholding stereotypes.
Well, we do what we can in these trying times.
My shaggy mess is quite wet.
Yeah, it's very wet. Greg's was not that wet.
I should add some more flour. I believe he mentioned we can do that.
Maybe. Oh, my mom is sending me Facebook messages.
I don't think those show up on the video.
I know. I just thought I should share with the world how great my mom is.
Worst case scenario, I have soft bread. I don't know how it works, guys.
Don't know what happens. How do you feel about your bread dough so far, Declan?
It's the first bread dough I've made, so I will call it a success. Nothing has exploded yet, but what can you do? Nothing's perfect.
I am so good at these camera skills. So good.
Okay, so we are mixing in little by little, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm taking a different
you
stance.
You are a sloppy mess.
You know what, Declan? Yes. Yes, I am.
What's the goal here? Mixing it in little by little. Does that just stop it being flooded, or is it just so it's easier to mix?
I mean, my goal is, if it starts to look like yours, aka way more wet than Greg's, I'm gonna stop dumping water in it.
Oh, well that doesn't sound right. Look, you're missing all the bubbles, they're on the top. You have to pour the whole thing in to get those.
It is like that. It also just makes it like a little bit easier to handle if it's a little bit at a time.
Bread, day 2.
Oh boy, this dough has risen a lot. A lot more than Greg's did. I think I might have overdone it on the yeast. So this could be a total disaster, but we'll see how it turns out.
So our bread rose overnight. That's deeply unfortunate, and yeah, his is no better. So cool. Okay. So here we are. I've pried mine away from the edges and flipped it already because of the horrific mess that it was a minute ago. Here's Declan's. How did you describe it, Declan? It looks like
Some sort of weird hive infestation thing. I'm
Yeah.
half expecting Gene Stealers in the house now. We don't have to film me flipping it. We'll be here a while.
I do what I want. I do what I want.
It's so sticky.
We have floured parchment paper. We have excessively risen dough. I am now going to try and spatula this sucker away from the edge of the bowl. It is undoubtedly not going to work very well. This is probably a...
It looked super wet this morning. Now it looks slightly less wet, but a little crusty almost. Come over, poke. So there's, see, it kind of has a crusty thing on the top, but if you look on the side, it's still super sticky. But we're just going to see what happens at this point. Worst case scenario, we have some weird doughy concoctions. But yeah, same with yours, hey?
Yeah, it's a little bit weird.
It's almost like a soup crust or cheese crust or something.
Well, that's because you took the towel off for a substantial amount of time.
Oh, well. We tried then, I guess. So we're gonna plop this onto the paper, cover it in some sort of wrap for half an hour. This is getting awful. Oh yeah. It's stuck.
Yeah. We should have greased those bowls, but Greg didn't say anything about grease, and I was just following the directions exactly.
Senpai has betrayed us.
Senpai has betrayed us.
I'm pretty sure it's still stuck to the bottom there. That is a gloop of dough. Yeah. And we're turning this over. So the other side. Oh yeah, that's nice and sticky. This is going great, guys.
So we're gonna make Declan's bread, and then we're gonna use mine and make it into flatbread.
Wait, we're doing something different with yours now?
Yeah.
I don't know if I should wrap this because I feel like I won't get my plastic wrap back. But we will trust the creators, see what happens. So how's flatbread different?
Flatbread's different because it's flat. Some people have a special recipe. I just take some of my bread. Alright, so for flatbread, you just keep flattening it and ask it very nicely to not stick to your hands. Alright, so we're going to peel this bad boy off of here. Boom. Then you just lay it in a pan and you abandon it.
No lid or flipping or anything? Just, okay. How long do we abandon it for?
Till it's brown. Like many family recipes, you just do it till it's done, Declan.
Right, baking's a science. Got it.
Baking's a science.
Hang on. First I need to reclaim my dough. Oh, bugger. Yeah, this worked about as well as we expected, which is to say not at all. However...
I'm eating this flatbread and it's so salty, guys.
It's really salty.
Really salty, Greg.
We're adding secret ingredient to fix it.
Mmm.
Alright.
Oh. Okay.
We don't know where our other flipping oven mitt is. Oh, yeah.
I'm convinced one of our bastard friends accidentally took it home.
Entirely possible.
They're just too ashamed to bring it back, like me with the alpacas.
So we're back before 30 minutes. So our dough is slightly more round shaped now. We've scored the top, put on some of this salt on top because Trista recommended it, and that is going to sit.
Rare picture taken at moments before tragic failure.
He has deposited the goods. So, couple things. First off, you have to get a knife and do the chefy slice. We're gonna try to fold this large of a...
Cuts so well. Is this gonna explode in my oven?
No, probably.
I was hoping for explosions. We're gonna do 3 because we need all the help we can
3
get.
because we're better than you, Greg. Even if it's salty. Really salty. I think Greg just likes salt more than we do.
I think his taste buds are burnt out. He's old.
Alright, so now Declan's gonna cover that. We're gonna go back to eating our salty chocolate flatbreads. It's not bad, it's just salty. We don't eat a lot of salt in our house, so we're not used to it. That being said, we're not adding extra salt on top of that because that would be way too much.
All right, that is successfully in there. I believe we put the lid on and pop her back into the oven. And then we wait.
He's got his mouth full of flatbread. This delicious concoction. So he's popping that lid off.
It's starting to look like bread.
It looks
Should be
breadish.
edible. Curious to see how it tastes. Might be
There's a lot of lumps in it. And now we close that for another 15 minutes.
Yeah. We're gonna continue to make our
450 is really hot.
We are now going to open this up and see what is going on in there. Hey, it looks like bread. Look at that.
Okay, we've got some color.
Brown. It's sounds like a rock.
He said you're supposed to flip it over and tap it hollow.
It's a bit warm for that. We're gonna give it a minute.
All right, there is our bread after 10 minutes in the oven.
Oh, that's not that bad. Doesn't sound too awfully.
Yeah, that's better.
Dreading how salty it's gonna be if our flatbread's anything to go by, but
Our flatbread is everything to go by.
we shall.
Tap. Yeah, I guess that sounds hollow. Sure, I've never done that before. All right, bread complete. Hopefully, tastes okay.
Okay.
Why is the camera still on?
Because I love you. You're supposed to say you love me back.
Oh, I love you too.
Do you, though?
Yeah.
Prove it.
No.